shoe to its maximum. And the first thing you do is realize that when you wear shoes in the wet, that you can't wear them once the water is saturated to your foot. You must then change them and use another pair of shoes, because it's not good for your general health to wear wet shoes with your socks wet, or even sandals that are wet. It's just not a healthy thing to do. The other thing that you need to do with your shoes is to take all the laces off your shoes and open what they refer to as the mouth of the shoe and the tongue, so that there's lots of aeration. If the inside of the shoe is removable, remove it and put it next to the shoe at an angle so that air can float around the inside of the shoe. You do that because you don't want mildew in the shoe. You never put a shoe in the direct sunlight, because it goes from being very wet to being too dry, and you actually wreck the leather. The leather is tanned, so it is soft. It has a lot of chemicals during that process, and you must remember that the shoe needs to go from one extreme to the other in a very slow manner. You never put shoes in the oven. You never put your shoes close to the heat. It causes the leather to dry out too quickly, to become too brittle, and then to break. The other things you need to know is that waterproofing spray is probably your first defense in the rain, particularly if you don't have a lot of shoes and you know that it's going to be raining for a few days. The waterproofing spray just repels the water. It doesn't repel the wetness or the moisture in the shoe. Again, you have to make sure that you open the shoe and put it at an angle so the air goes around the shoe. Waterproofing spray is probably one of the very best things you can use during the wet. The other thing is that if your shoe gets dirty, there is a product that's made for leather. It's called leather shampoo. It's just a few drops in water, swish it around, make a few bubbles, and then clean your shoe, clean your mud off, clean whatever. It leaves a nice, really refreshing smell. It's not a problem to your hands or to anything. It's very mild. Good thing for boys who sweat a lot in their shoes. You can take the inside of the insole out, wash it, and then rinse it, and never put it in a hot, direct sunlight or in any sort of heat. Allow it to dry over time. With your Birkenstocks, because they are also a natural product, your cork will dry out all around the edges of the shoe. You can either use PVC glue, or you can come and get Birkenstock specific glue, or outside cork sealant they call it. It's quite a good thing to keep on your Birkenstocks. It will definitely make them last a lot longer. Once that barrier is worn away or over time is gone, the cork becomes very friable and you lose all the cork, and it causes the shoe to become very distressed and just break down. But if you look after your shoes, they should stay nice, clean, and healthy for your body and last you much longer than if you just abuse them. And you remember, you put a lot of money out for your shoes, so it's a very small thing to do. You'll notice if you've lived in other countries where it snows or whatever, people spend very large amounts of money for their footwear, particularly in the snow. They would have a whole process of getting in the house, taking their shoes off, opening the shoe. It's just that we live in a warmer country and we're very lazy about looking after our shoes.
Yay!